Hi, everyone. This is Gail Scott again, and I am so excited to be here today. I want to talk to you about the spring equinox that's coming and about the energy that is going to change on our planet. I received a channeling just the other day from a brand new collective who call themselves the Paradigm Shifters. They're a small council out of the ninth dimension, and they've brought forward some information about science, about the science that we have here, and about new science that's actually coming, and about some of the changes that are going to be coming onto the planet for us. And so I wanted to be able to bring this message to you today because I want you to really know what's happening. So these energies that have come through to me, they are a group that works specifically within the evolution of science within the galaxies, and they bring forward many varieties of ways of looking at things from a scientific perspective. Now, this channeling that I received is an introduction to them, but it also gives us a lot of really good information about what is going to be coming up with this spring equinox that we have here in the Northern Hemisphere. So they study our scientists, and they have studied what they've been doing. And they've told me that they've noticed that our scientists really are learning and evolving and working to understand how our planet works. And not just how our planet works, but how it works within this star system, and also how the star system works within the galaxy. However, they've shared with me that our knowledge is really limited, based on the fact that we are in the third dimension. And so there are concepts about science which we don't yet understand because we have a limitation on our language. And so they've told me that there's no language yet to understand some of the concepts of science that exists outside the realm of the 3D experience on planet Earth. And so they're very pleased with how we are doing, and how slowly, bit by bit, our scientists are being able to uncover much of the knowledge that will help us to understand how we operate within this particular dimension. But as I have mentioned in many of my other videos, if not all of them, our evolution is shifting and changing, and our dimension is also changing. And so as our planet evolves, and as she uplevels her consciousness out of the third dimension, and also we do too as a species living here, we are going to discover that there is a lot more new science available to us that we have not yet been privy to. They have also shared that they are not going to tell me what that is right now, because it's not time yet. We are not in a space yet where we can actually appreciate and understand and use it. But they've brought forward this message to give us hope, so that we understand that more is coming that's going to help us. And it will help make sense of this environment that we're living in. And it will help us understand at a greater level of how we operate within this system on the planet, within the system of the star system, and within the system of the galaxy. And so why are they here to help us with this? Well, they want us to understand that there's many things we don't know yet, but they are forthcoming. And that they want us to begin to open our minds to understand that even though we've been limited in our knowledge so far around the study of science, it's only been limited because of our experience. And so we don't have enough experience yet to really understand everything. And so our awareness level is not at a place where we would be able to integrate whatever they might be bringing forward to teach us at this time. So it's a little early. However, they've said, even though that might sound a little confusing, it's really appropriate that we don't understand the implications of this science yet, because we wouldn't get it in this dimension. But as the planet changes and up levels, and as we increase our conscious awareness of who we are and how we fit into this part of the universe, we will get it. Now, they are recognizing that our scientists have attempted to understand the entire universe. And so they're telling me, well, that's kind of impossible because the entire universe is so vast And because of the limitations that we have on our limited intellect and our limited consciousness and our limited experience, we can't possibly understand everything because we haven't really lived it yet. We haven't experienced all these different things. So they basically have told me that the scientists that we have right now, though they're fantastic and they've done a lot of really great work, they've really only scratched the surface of what we are going to be opened up to understanding. So this group call themselves the paradigm shifters, which is just really amazing name for them based on where we're at right now and what's coming. And they wanted to come forward to bring us information that's going to allow us to, at a greater level than ever before, shift our own personal paradigm. Because as we shift our own personal paradigm and the way that we see things and our level of conscious awareness, it actually shifts the entire paradigm for us as a group, as a species, as a whole. And although it's happening slowly, and it is, the shift is happening slowly, it's because there are so many things that still have to evolve. And so they're saying it's really necessary that we move slowly into this new paradigm, into this new space, this kind of new dimension, because the things that we think that we understand right now are actually going to change. And when we see and begin to understand those changes, everything will be different. They've also said to me, it might seem like they're kind of teasing me and teasing us right now because they're giving us this, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. But they just want us to know that there's so much more information coming down the pipeline. And they want to encourage us that we need to keep moving forward into this new dimension. And so doing the things that have been coming through with all of my collectives and all of the different videos that I'm doing, because they're telling me that as we move into this new paradigm, our awareness is going to really shift. And when that happens, we will begin to understand more about how we fit into the puzzle of the universe. So this is a hope-inspired message that there's a better world available to us in this new paradigm, and that we're literally on the precipice of shifting into it. And as I say those words, I get goosebumps all over my body energetically. So I know that this is really, really important information. So as each of your now moments shifts into a new experience, into the next now moment in this timeline that we're living, this kind of linear space that we inhabit, we're coming close to a very pivotal moment. And the pivotal moment is this point, they call it the point of no return, which is the March spring equinox. And what will happen is that the paradigm that we've been living in is going to, it's almost like turn a corner, that the paradigm will begin to shift. And it will be for many, many people almost imperceptible. You won't really notice a lot of difference because they've said that this has to happen so slowly. But for those of you who are operating at the fifth dimension, you will see this very clearly. So if you're a little confused about what that means, then please go back to my previous video around simple life or complicated life. It explains very clearly about what it means to live in the third dimension versus the fifth dimension. So that's how you will know if you are actually living in the fifth dimension. So as you go through this shift, this vibrational paradigm shift that's coming, and you are living in the fifth dimension, you will notice more easily the difference of this paradigm shift. It will be more easy. There will be more ease in your life. You will have more states of joy that will come and they won't leave. And no matter what else is going on in the third dimension, that state of ease will come and it will stay with you. And you'll begin to understand the inherent nature of change, which is that it's constant and you can still be in that state of ease even though we're all transitioning through these incredible changes. So no matter what happens within the third dimension, and those of you who are operating within the fifth, you'll begin to understand the nature of everything at a far greater level than you ever have before. Sorry, I just need to get a glass of water. My throat just dried up completely there. So what does this mean? This means that this paradigm shift is starting on the March equinox, and it's going to be revealed slowly but methodically. It's already being revealed through our astrologers and those who study the energy of our planet. And it's important that you hold fast to this new knowledge that's coming through, because it's going to be quite difficult in the face of all the other things that are going on at the third dimension. So for those of you who are in the third dimension and are not aware, as I mentioned, you're not even really going to notice. You may have moments where things are more easily understood and managed, but you're going to see things pretty much the same until this really begins to start taking shift. But for those of you who are already living from a heart-centered place, you're still going to see all of the play out that happens in the third dimension. But you need to really hold fast and know that the light will always overcome the dark. And in fact, it will be morphing and transforming in front of your very eyes, because the timeline of this third dimension is going to continue. And it's going to continue for quite some time, but slowly and deliberately, others are going to begin to shift into this new paradigm that we're moving into. It is an evolution of the planet and of our species. It is a very exciting time. Now, for many of you, it's not going to be easy, okay? It is not going to be easy, and you are going to need assistance. So do reach out to anyone that you feel energetically is a good fit for you, whether it's a therapist or a coach or a friend, or just really beginning to understand how to take better care of you. And do go back to my simple versus complicated video, because that gives you a lot of good strategies and tools on how to manage some of these changes that are coming. It's a very exciting time for us right now as a species on Earth. This new science that's going to come forward is going to really assist us in our own evolutionary process. And as they reveal it to us, we're going to begin to understand how we can play a part and how our species is going to evolve into this greatest evolution that it's ever been. And they're also telling me that, science is just a small part of this experience on planet Earth. There are many ways that we can really fully embody being a human being on this beautiful planet, Gaia, Mother Earth, that has its own consciousness too, that is up-leveling. So here we are, we're at the spring equinox. And so my message to you is so clear. Understand there are changes coming. And these changes are going to create a shift in your awareness about how things operate. And not just in the scientific realm, but in all areas, in all dimensions within our world. And this group are here to help us, to assist us in this paradigm shift. And as it gets closer and closer, many of you are going to become more aware energetically of how you actually operate within this paradigm. Who are you? What do you believe? How do you live your life? And as this shift happens, everything is going to change. And although for many of you it will seem the same, gradually over time, you will begin to notice. Now, they've given me this metaphor image of low tide and high tide. And so when you see the ocean on the beach and it's low tide and it's way far out, and there's the expanse of the beach in front of you, it looks like the water will never reach the shoreline and come to where you're standing. But we all know that that might be the way that we look at life right now. When is this ever going to get better? When is it going to change? Well, Just like that, when you happen to look at the shoreline a few hours later, boom, the waters reached where you were standing before. And that's the image that they're giving me, that it might seem like we're really at low tide right now, but before you know it, it's going to be high tide. The water is going to cover the shore, and our awareness of this new paradigm is going to be right present with us in our now moment. So as we don't try to rush the tide to come in, they're suggesting that we be patient. Be really patient with ourselves as these changes come forward, and understand that change needs to evolve. It can't just be a quick, instant shift for us. Linear time has to pass. This is the third dimensional way that we live in this world, and we need to trust the process, that this evolution of our consciousness, of our awareness, of our planet, and of us as a species is just a fabulous thing that's happening. And that with this shift, there are going to come great changes that are going to really help us. They're going to help us to be able to live a happier life, a more spiritually fulfilled life, a life of deeper connection with those that we love, and ultimately a more satisfying life and a more satisfying experience living on planet Earth. They are very encouraged by our willingness to change. We, as a species, we have shown the galactic councils that we are willing to move forward. And so, because of that, because of our willingness, they are here to support us at this time. And they have promised me that they're going to bring forward more information for us. And over time, we'll begin to understand things more fully. So, for those of you who maybe don't quite understand all of this, I totally get it. Just understand the basic message that this spring equinox is a turning point energetically for us as a species, and for our planet. And that you may suddenly know things, realize things that you didn't know before. And for those of you who are in the fifth dimension, who are already beginning to live a life that is more ease filled, more love filled, more centered, those moments are going to stay, and they're going to even grow bigger and better. And that, we can assist people in the third dimension who struggle with that. There are so many ways that we can help people to do that. So it's a fabulous, fabulous moment in time right now. And I am so excited to be able to share this message with you. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe so that you receive notifications. Please like this video. Please share it with people to give them hope. Please connect with me through my website, subscribe to my newsletter. You can go to my website. You can listen to the actual audio channeling of this message. It is on my channeling page, as well as the transcript. If you prefer to read it, you can read it on my blog page. So many ways for you to have access to this information, and really understand that as you access this information, you are energetically changing every time you listen, you watch, you read. So really realize that your up leveling will be smoother the more that you connect with this kind of information. So thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to bringing my message to you next time. Thank you.